Time to get this work week rolling. Starting off my work week here with a live unload in Solve, New York. I really need to get out and clean that windshield. I have spent a lot of time here over the years getting unloaded or loaded. So just a quick update here. I've been back in a Mac for about 3 weeks now, or is this the third week? Something like that. The very first week of July, the Freight Shaker Cascadia, Freightliner Cascadia that I was driving, bit the dust. It was a 2013 Cascadia. It was 42,000 miles short of hitting 1,000,000 miles. And I was down in Pennsylvania getting ready to roll onto Interstate 81 down there at the Clark Summit exit. And pulled onto the interstate, and it made this really weird noise and shut off. I was able to get the truck off to the side of the road over the white line as safe as I could possibly get. I was about 2 feet away from the white line. And road service came out, and when it first shut off, I thought maybe it was a belt or something that it broke, but it turns out that the problem was internal, possibly a crank or a cam or something to do inside the motor broke. So the truck was brought out to me, and did a little swap on the side of the road, and I've been in a Mac ever since. And this truck here is it's a decent truck. It pulls good, rides good. It's pretty clean. The outside has some cosmetic issues that I'm not really a big fan of, but it is what it is. This truck's been ridden pretty hard, and it's been around the block a time or two or three or four. Yeah, just doing the old live unload out here in Solve. We usually do a drop and hook here, but it takes them a while to empty out our trailers, and we have a shortage of empties up here in Syracuse. So we've been doing a lot of live unloading here, and some days you get right in and right out, and then other days you wait a while. Some days you wait longer than others. I've spent a lot of time here. I've been driving since 2002. I've had my license my CDLA license since 2001, and I've probably spent half my driving career sitting here getting unloaded. True story. But, as far as the whole trucking thing, I've developed a like-dislike relationship with it. I like the driving aspect of the job. It's a decent way to make a living. However, there's a new level of stupidity out here that I'm not a fan of. That's causing me to dislike it. Right now I'm on what I'm calling a 2-year plan. Once my son graduates high school, I'm going to reevaluate some things, and that will determine what I do. For right now, I'm just here getting live unloaded, and going to make the best out of today that I can. So I'm unloaded. I need to go check out. Need to scale out and get my paperwork. Everything here is done by weight, so you have to scale in when you check in, and then when you check out, scale out. And right now the scale system here is a little screwed up. So, scale 2 is down, but the tube that they send the paperwork to you at scale 1 doesn't work. So you get to scale in, scale out on scale 1, and then go to scale 2 to get your paperwork and give them the paperwork. Is what it is. Technical difficulties. We all have them every now and then. Entering scale 1. Always go slow entering a scale.
You're on door 9, right?
Yep, door 9.
All right, you want to head on down to scale 2?
Yep, we'll do. Thank you.
What's that?
I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yep.
Roll on down to scale 2. And then once I scale out, I gotta make the phone call and find out where I'm off to next, because as you know, I work on a need-to-know basis. When I need to know what it is that I'm doing, they let me know. Entering scale 2. And I always shut the engine off here so that way I know that they can hear me and I can hear them. And that's kind of noisy here to start with. Cool. I didn't have to wait for it. He already said it. That's awesome. Buckle up for safety. You also have to be careful here when exiting, because they have a train track that goes through, and it is a remote control train, and you have to cross the tracks in order to get out of here. So we've got to make sure the train's not there, which I checked along the way. I know it's not there, but it's actually sitting right over there on another track over. I'm just going to pull over here and make the call and find out where I'm off to next. This looks like a good spot right here. Nice and smooth. Had to do a quick sweep out of the trailer. They swept it out here, but it had to be a little bit better for where I'm going to pick up out in Cicero, New York. I went over to Cicero, New York, did a little dropping and hooking and dropping, picked up a load going to Piscataway, New Jersey. Probably mispronounced that, but that's okay. I've been mispronouncing town names for years. You should know this by now. And I was told to bring it back here to the yard in Syracuse, and now, because I have enough time, I have 9.5 hours. They would like me to bring the load down to HQ, which is what I'm going to do. Back here in Solvay, New York, backed into the same exact door I was backed into this morning. Just did a little turn and burn from Syracuse down to HQ and back. I've got 3.5 hours left, so who knows what's going to happen after I get done here. Well, it only took 2 hours to get unloaded. And once again, I'm unloaded out here in Solvay. And this time, checking out scale out. I don't have to go over the first scale. I can go right to scale 2. They seem to have fixed the problem there with that one. That's the one I'm going to roll to. And then I'm going to make like a sheep herder and get the flock out of here. And it is a little busier here right now than it was this morning. The later in the day that it gets, the busier that it gets, until overnight hits, and then it just kind of dies out. Actually, the best time to come here is overnight or right before a shift change, because if it's right before a shift change, they want to get you out of here as quick as possible. You've heard of the old walk of shame? This here feels like the drive of shame. It's a little bit of a distance to get to the scale. You get to drive by everybody else is getting loaded or unloaded, and they all look at you funny like, why does he get to go and I'm still here? It's all a part of the game. Guy's opening his doors. I don't want to be rude and go around him while he's opening his doors. Most of the yard guys here are pretty cool. I've never had any issues with any of them. They're just here moving trailers.
Paperwork's on the way.
Okay, thank you. I always check to make sure I have the proper paperwork, because there was a time once where they sent me somebody else's bills. Things happen like that once in a while, you know. People get busy. And the train is currently moving some rail cars inside the building, so I know where the train is at. So it's safe to drive over the tracks. Alright, I gotta go put in my empty call and find out if I'm doing anything else or if that's gonna be it for the day. Down to 1 hour and 45 minutes left on the old DOT clock for the day. Cheers.